Hey guys, it's Katie, and since Valentine's Day is coming up, I thought it would be fun to recommend you guys some romancy reads to read on Valentine's Day. With that said, I actually really hate Valentine's Day. I seriously think it's kind of a pointless holiday, and I think if you love someone you should do nice things for them and special things with them all year round. But with that said, people do like Valentine's Day, so I guess I'm just a cynic. And I decided to put aside my hatred and give you guys some romance to read. I feel like that was a very long-winded intro. One more thing I want to say, my neighbor is playing extremely loud music and I can literally feel the floor vibrating. Hopefully you can't hear it because the bass is the loud part and that's what's making the floor vibrate. But if you can, I'm so sorry. This happens sometimes and it tends to go on for a while, so I can't wait to film because I need the daylight and it's winter, so you know the sun starts to set way too early for my taste. Anyway, with all of that said, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say except let's get into the video. No, wait, there was one more thing. My hair is a mess today. I have naturally curly/wavy hair, and with that comes frizz and chaos. So if my hair is a mess, that is why. Please don't judge me. Now we can get into the video. So the first book I wanted to recommend you guys is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This is kind of a classic romance. It's my favorite romance of all time, and I just love Darcy so much. And Lizzie's kind of like really spunky, does her own thing. Definitely a feminist at the time this was written. I mean, obviously not so much now compared to our current society, but for the time she was in, she was a feminist, so that's cool. This book is a classic, as it should be. Jane Austen is one of my all-time favorite writers, so if you haven't read this, this is a really great book to read on Valentine's Day, and also this copy is gorgeous. This is from Word Cloud Classics, and I have another one of their books. I have Peter Pan from Word Cloud Classics, and I love it because the covers are pretty, the texture is unique, and you would think it wouldn't be easy to bend, but like once you have it, it gets very flexible. And yeah, they're just really pretty, and I like it. So yeah, I've rambled on enough about this, and yeah, good Valentine's Day book. So the next thing I'm going to recommend to you is actually a series, and I am holding up the second book because I don't own the first one, and that is the Selection series by Kira Cass. This is like my guilty pleasure read. I have so many issues with the actual storyline and the characters. Not to say I didn't like it, just there are some things there are many tropes in this book, and there are also kind of things that I didn't really like. But with that said, I do like the story, and even if I didn't, I would still love these books because they're so addicting. If you haven't read them, just be prepared to binge read the entire series. There are 5 books, and it's kind of dystopian, bachelor type situation, and there's some political stuff in it, but it's mostly romance. And it's addicting and insane, so read this. The next book I want to recommend to you guys is The Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. I don't have a copy to show you because I tend to cycle through books. Sometimes I will get them, read them, and then immediately like sell them or donate them just because I don't like to own too many books and my life is being overrun by books. Anyway, so I don't have a copy to show you, but this is set in London, I believe. Definitely England. I think it's London that it's set in. I'm 90% sure. And this is a really fun contemporary story that follows someone who is a shopaholic, and she tries to do all of these wacky things to get rid of her debt while keeping up her shopaholic lifestyle. And the reason I'm recommending this is because, one, Valentine's Day is all about consumerism, so why not read a book that has shopping in it? But also, the real reason I'm recommending this is because there is romance in it and it's very cute. So definitely read this if you are looking for a good contemporary. I think it's considered an adult contemporary, but it's fun and I like it. So yeah. The next book I have is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This is a really great book. I adore this book so much. It's a cute contemporary novel. It has LGBTQ plus characters in it, if that is something you're looking for this Valentine's Day. And it's just such a fun, cute read. It has Oreos in it, so if you like Oreos, you will like this book. And I don't eat Oreos, but if you do, it would be fun to like get a box of Oreos and eat it while you're reading this. That actually sounds like such a great idea. But yeah, it's cute, it's fun. Sometimes I have issues with young adult contemporary books because of the romance is like too insta-lovey or it's just unrealistic or whatever, but this isn't, so this is a really good one. The next book I am going to recommend is Emma by Jane Austen. This one is also a really pretty copy. I have some pretty Jane Austen books. This one is the Collins Classics edition, if you're interested. And this one I don't like as much as Pride and Prejudice, but it's still a really great read if you have already read Pride and Prejudice, but you want some more Jane Austen for Valentine's Day. This is fun. And let's see, I'm going to read the little flap here because I want to tell you what this is about, because I don't think it's quite as popular as Pride and Prejudice, but I'm terrible at summarizing books. So, sorry I'm about to read from this, but Jane Austen's classic novel begins with 21-year-old Emma Woodhouse happily presiding over the social order of the village of Highbury, I can't read, utterly convinced of both her capability and her right to manage other people's lives, all for their own good, naturally. Her well-meaning meddling in the affairs of the reserved Jane Fairfax, the handsome Frank Churchill, the foolish Harriet Smith, and the young vicar, Mr. Elton, ends with her long-held convictions shattered, her mind awakened to life's quandaries, and her own happiness assured. So there was a little bit more, but I decided to stop there because you get the picture. The thing about this is you have to go into it expecting to hate Emma because she is literally the most annoying main character ever, and she's supposed to be that way. Jane Austen wrote her that way intentionally. So just be prepared to be annoyed with her all the time. But the romance is worth it. Mr. Knightley is just great. I don't love him as much as Mr. Darcy, but he is my second favorite Jane Austen guy. The sixth book I have to recommend to you guys is for people like me who hate Valentine's Day and might not want to spend their day reading romance that reminds them how much they hate Valentine's Day. So this is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I actually just, yesterday, finished listening to the audiobook of this. This was my first time reading it, and oh my god, I love it. I am officially obsessed with this series. I need to continue on with it immediately. This is basically a dystopian / sci-fi retelling of the fairy tale Cinderella. And because it's dystopian and sci-fi, you get a bunch of action, and Cinder is kind of a badass, but it does have a little bit of romance in it. This is a nice one because it does have those elements of romance in it, but it also has action and adventure and science-y stuff, so you won't be drowning in romance if you read this. And the last book I wanted to recommend to you guys is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith, and the reason I am recommending this is because I am currently reading this. Now, I cannot recommend this completely 100% because I'm only halfway through, so I haven't finished it, so I have no clue what the ending is like. And, you know, sometimes the ending can just make a good book real bad, but so far I'm really enjoying it. It's obviously a romance, but it does have some other themes in it. The main character, Hadley, kind of is struggling with her parents being divorced and her dad moving on and all of that, so it does have some things other than romance and is a bit deeper than just romance. And the romance is a bit insta-lovey, which typically I mind, but I'm not minding this so much in this one because I think it is well done. And also it's called The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, so you kind of go into it expecting it to be a little insta-lovey. But let's see, I'm 137 pages in and I'm really liking it. So if you're interested in reading this Valentine's Day, we can compare notes and see what we think of it. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do celebrate Valentine's Day or you like Valentine's Day, I hope you have a really great day full of love and chocolate and candy and flowers and whatever you like. And if you don't like Valentine's Day, hang in there. We got this. And let me know what your favorite romance book is. I think mine is Pride and Prejudice. With that said, I'm gonna go because I'm hungry and I need a snack. My life revolves around food, as it should be. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video and I hope you have a great day. Bye!